When I welcome you all to our channel Let's Learn Automation, and today we'll proceed with the next part of the framework. So in this session we are going to see how to use the keyword like group, invocation, count and timeout. So how we can group the test cases for a particular like sanity, regression, smoke, then what is the invocation account, what is the usage, and how to use the timeout. So let's move to our clips, and this is our project. So basically we'll open the test cases. So here we have our test cases, and this is our login page. So in the last session we have seen how to create the extent report. Okay, so now we need to use the keywords. So sorry, keyword in the sense like we can say that first of all we'll try to see the groups. So now what if first of all try to understand what is the use of group. So like for example we have various test cases, and for that test cases we distribute all of them into the various pages like login page test, then we have inventory page test, cart page test, checkout page 1 2 and complete page test. So our test cases are distributed in a various pages or test classes we can say. Now if we already have an idea that these are the test cases which will be belong to some of the sanity group or smoke group or regression suite, we can say that. So only after creating or after using group we can only run the test cases of sanity group, smoke group or even regression group. So doesn't matter these test cases are present in any particular test classes or not, but we can run all of them like only sanity, only regression and only smoke. So for this let's make some arrangement in the test classes. So first of all we'll remove this dependent, so depends on method, because that will impact our execution. So we'll comment this like this, even here too. So this is single line comment. Again here also we can do the same thing. So we are making every test case depend on itself. Okay, so this is done. Now we'll use the groups. So for using of groups we'll add or we'll use the GRO, yeah, groups keyword. And for example we'll decide something like login to application test. So this is the functionality test, so we'll include this in a regression, we can say that. So we'll write down like GRESS. And then also what we can do, we can include this in sanity. It depends upon us how we are approaching. And if we are using the multiple group, then we can use like this, like opening brace groups equals to opening brace, the first group name comma second group name in double quote, and then closing brace. So for this login to application test we assign two groups, regression and sanity. What's the error we have? Okay. Like this we need to assign, yes. So this is what sanity group, and let's verify login logo test. So here we'll give the group like This is only verification, so we'll use smoke and we'll copy this into the every verification group. So like this is bot logo, here I will copy. This is URL, this is title. Okay, 1 2 3. Then URL, yeah, we can assign the same thing, groups, and here also groups. So we divide our test cases into smoke. This test case belongs to smoke, this test case also belongs to smoke, then this is also smoke, this is also smoke, and this is water, regression and sanity. Let's check for the what issue we have here. This is extra. Okay, done. So this is the first test page. Then let's check for the second one, inventory. Here also we'll do the same thing. So this is verify label. So here I will give the group like groups and smoke. Remember the spelling of every group should be same, that should be match, then only that will be run. This is add 6 product, this is the functionality. So we'll give this like, or we'll copy. So like this. Groups like this. Okay, then logo test. So I will give the group like smoke. Then this is Twitter logo test, smoke again. This is also smoke. This is also smoke. This is also smoke. And this is the functionality. So we'll give the sanity and regression. Let's copy this. Okay, this is for the inventory page. Then let's move the cart page. This is URL label, so we can assign the group like smoke. Then we'll copy this. Then check out page 1. We URL label input. So now here also we use the smoke, and here we'll use only sanity. Then page 2, here label we are going to verify, so smoke again, another label, smoke again, this is also smoke, this is also smoke. All are the verification test cases. And then verify complete page. This is also done. This is label, then this is also verification, same is over here, and this is also the same. Okay, so smoke test cases are large quantity, we can say that. Okay, So we can do one thing. While verifying the URL, we can add one more like sanity. URL this and page to test label test. There is no URL. So info and page one label. This is here we can add the sanity. So we can use a single group, even the multiple too. Then here we can add. Okay, then footer logo, link logo, FB logo, Twitter logo, peak logo, add product verify label. Okay, no need of that. Here will we have the URL, this one. So here also we'll add sanity. Okay, done. So we have added the group for the every test case. So we can add for every test case, or we can skip any of the test case. Now let's save all of this, and now we need to execute this. So for execution, we cannot execute by on the level of class. So for that we need to create the suite. So for that, what we'll do, we'll create the group, or we'll create the one XML suite. Like I just select all of the test classes, right click over there and go to testng and convert to testng. Then here I will save this suite to resources, and will name it like group run.xml. Now you can see that we have all the groups, we have all the test cases over here, and let's finish it. So expected that, let's close all of this. Expected that should be added over here. Yes. So group run, and now we need to modify this for a running of particular group. So let's add something over here, like we can say that groups. So we need to run a group, but in group we need to run that. So I'm adding the run tag over here, and in between this tag we need to add like include name, like I need to run the sanity only, and done. So this will run sanity. So let's check how much test cases we have in a sanity group. So in login, we have one sanity over here, only one, the second. Then here we have third, then fourth, then fifth, then this page sixth, seventh, and no sanity, eight. Okay, we have 8 test cases of sanity. Let's close all and focus on group run. So let's run this. Right click on this suite, run as testng suite. Let's see what output we got. Okay, no execution. Actually, 6 test cases are there. And what happened with this? Okay, null pointer exception. Cannot invoke based of input check on information because this dot check is null. What about this? This dot check is null. So we are running all the pages with for only sanity. And what happened with this? Okay, okay. So there is one problem that while running the sanity test cases, what we have done, we group the every test case, but we haven't grouped the before method or the prerequisite of the every test case or every test classes. So we haven't include the before method and after method, so we need to include that too. So for that there is one simple way, like always run equal to true, that should be added, and now we can run this. So let's add this everywhere. So in this way we come to know about our mistakes, and now we can correct them. So we need to add this particular always run in every test case before method and after method, by which the prerequisite and the post requisite will be used or will be executed too. Otherwise we'll get the null pointer exception, because if the browser is not going to open, URL is not going to enter, then how we can run our test cases? That's the reason it is required. Okay, last one. Okay, and let's run this again. Let's see what the next issue we have to face. Okay, good, it started execution. Okay, total test we have counted 7, but let's see. Total test run 6, pass 6. So we have total 6 sanity test cases. But here what happened, wherever our this particular group suit come to know that there is a sanity word in any test case, that is going to run. But if the condition is like we only need to run the sanity test cases and we don't need to include the like regression, we have used somewhere like regression and even smoke too. So first of all we'll try to use smoke, or we'll exclude smoke, exclude name equal to, we can say, smoke. Okay, and let's try to run it again. So currently we have got the execution of 6 test cases. Let's check the report. Okay, we cannot check the extended record because we have integrated for only single test case or single test class, not for the everyone. So we need to check our test ng report. So here we got the index.html. Let's check the properties. Okay, I need to open Chrome. So this is the report, test case 4, then 3, then 1. In 1 we have to run out 2 test case execution. Okay, so like this we got the report too, And now let's run this, which includes sanity and excludes smoke. Okay, I think it's done. So now you can see we got the execution of 4 test cases, and 2 test cases are removed because we have added the smoke over there. Now exclude something else. So here we'll exclude the regression, and I think there will be execution of single test case. So let's run it. So now we are including sanity and excluding smoke and regression. So we can do this type of changes in groups. Okay, now you can see that we have only single test cases which have the only sanity group. Okay, and rest of the test cases include smoke, sanity, sanity regression like that, but only single test cases have sanity group only. So that's why we got the execution of single test case. So in this way we can execute the group, and we can distribute our test cases in a various group by which the like we can only execute sanity, or we can only execute smoke, regression, or include, exclude we can do. So this is what groups. Now let's check for the another keyword. So another keyword is what? Invocation count. Let's see the invocation count. So we'll do this for, or we'll test this in a inventory page. So first of all, we'll disable the test cases. Like we'll concentrate on the single test case like add product. So what I'll do, I will disable rest of the test cases. ls equals like this one, because these are the verification test cases are not included the functionality. Okay, now we'll focus only on the single test case, that is add 6 product. So invocation count means what? For example, we have created this test case, run this test case, and it executed properly. Now we need to check every time this test case is will run or not. So we can execute this test case for a multiple time. So we'll finalize a count, like we'll use the invocation count and for 3 times. So if any test case is run for 3 to 5 times, then we can say that this will be run every time. There will be no problem in our code. So we need to confirm that every test case should be run at least 3 times. Okay, so in this we can use the invocation count, which confirm the execution of test case, or which gives some surety that in future also this test case will be run successfully, there will be no issue. So what I have done, I enable this test case as a true and using the invocation count as a 3. Now if I will run this page class like inventory page test, okay, and let's see what we got in execution. Okay, let's run for this in first time, then second time it adding the product, adding all 6 product. Third time is also add 6 product. So you can see total test run 3, and the same add 6 product, add 6 product, and add 6 product. So every time single test case run, okay, or 3 number of time, or because we have used the invocation count as a 3. So this is the use of invocation count. We can use the 3 or 5. 5 is what we can say the max value. We can say that there is no need to run the test cases for 10 or 50 number of times. 3 to 5 is more than enough. So this is invocation count. Then now we'll check the, so first of all we'll disable this test case false, and we'll concentrate on another test case like remove to product. So here we'll use the next keyword like what we have, I just forgot, timeout. So for example I'm giving the thousands of milliseconds, so it means 1 second. So now we are checking the performance of this test case, how much time this test case required to for execution. Okay, so if the test case run uh, in a 1 second, then it's okay. But if the test case is not run in a 1 second, then it will throw some exception. So let's run this and let's see what we got. Okay, it's not running. Why it is so? Okay, let's run it again. Okay, still what's problem? No test found, nothing was run. Okay, sorry. I should make this true. Every test cases are disabled. How it will run? Okay, now you can see there is an issue like removes its product method didn't finish within a timeout of, okay, it is not able to finish the execution in 1 second, so that's why we got the exception, timeout exception. So we can see here, if this particular test case is not able to run within a 1 second, then it will throw the exception. But let's check with the 5 second. So we can use this to check the performance of the test case, or even if we need to fail some test cases purposefully, so we can use the timeout. And also we can check the performance of test case through timeout. Okay, I think it's running successfully. Okay, we got the positive result. So total test case run, pass 1. Now this particular test case is able to run within a 5 seconds. So that's why we got the positive result. So this is all about the keyword like group, invocation count, and timeout. Group means we can categorize the test cases with a multiple group as we require. Like we can add the functional too. Okay, like just like we had the regression, sanity, and smoke. Also we can use the invocation count, which is going to run the test case for the multiple time. Just we need to confirm that every time that should be executed properly. And timeout, timeout we can use to check the performance of the test case. And even if we need to fail the test cases purposefully, then we can assign any the time in which that test case will not be run and it will get failed. So this is about the keyword. Thank you. In next session we'll see something else. Thank you.